Hey guys, it's Francisca. Thanks for joining me for your August tarot reading. So this month I do have 3 readings for you to choose from, and as usual I have chosen crystals for each stack. So the name of each reading will be the crystal that I've chosen to go with that stack. I really feel like this month's readings are going to be all about questions. There may be questions that you have, maybe questions that the universe has for you. And I really felt that this morning when I was getting ready to film this. So I really feel like there's questions bubbling underneath the surface for a lot of us right now, especially with everything that's gone on this year and everything that's going to happen this month. So, having said that, if you need to take a moment to tune into your energy, you can always pause the video and take a look at the stacks in front of you and see which one has your reading. I do, however, have a friend that picks a couple of the readings to go with different areas of her life. She uses one for love and one for general. So you can certainly do that as well. You can use all 3 readings and see what area of your life those resonate with. So I am going to leave a timestamp in the description box below. So if you want to go ahead and skip ahead to your reading, you can certainly do that. But if you're ready, I'm ready. So let's go. So the first reading is our Citrine reading. And citrine is a beautiful crystal. It's orangey and earthy color. It's really great for stimulating the mind. It helps with motivation, and it can also help to encourage self-expression. It's really good for our solar plexus chakra with that yellow orangey color there. So let's go ahead and get started with your reading. And as always, I am picking 3 cards, one for your current energy, the second one being the focus, and then the third one is your guidance. So the current energy for the Citrine reading is the King of Cups, and the King of Cups looks emotionally detached. He looks like he's removed. He looks like he's distant. He looks like he's staring away and just really complacent. It looks like he's silently processing his emotions, and this is what you may be doing. This is what your current energy may be. You may be trying to balance your logic and your emotion. You may have really mastered the balancing of, emotions and logic and creativity. You may have balanced these things, and so to other people it may like you're looking really calm when there's stuff going on outside of you and there's so much turbulence outside of you, but you look like you remained calm and you are in that current energy of balanced feelings, balanced logic, and really staying calm amidst other things that are going on outside of you. There's water bubbling underneath the surface, so you definitely have these emotions, but you're not making a big spectacle of them. You've mastered the art of balancing things and controlling things and keeping a calm atmosphere regardless of what's going on outside of you. So that's your current energy. Your focus is on the Empress. The Empress brings to us nurturing, creative energy. It brings to us growth, and it's a combination of all of the elements. All of the zodiac signs are represented behind her, if you see in this card. And she's holding the feminine symbol in her hands. And the feminine is all about nurturing. It's all about receiving. It's all about creating, and creating things out of nothing too. You take an idea, you turn it into something, you materialize it, you turn it into something you can see, taste, smell, touch. And you do that by nurturing, by growing. So you're taking these ideas and you're birthing them. And so the focus for you is birthing and creating ideas and creating things and taking the intangible into the tangible. It's about nurturing. It's really about, look at how she's looking lovingly down at that female symbol. It's a female archetype, it's pulling ideas from the ethers and turning them into physical form. It's materializing by nurturing. And I keep saying nurturing because I keep feeling like there's so many things, all those things bubbling underneath the surface, all those calm and logical and balanced things have really started now coming into the creative stage, and you're creating and you're combining all of the elements. You're nurturing spirit and earth to bring it into a manifested reality. And the guidance for you is the Seven of Wands. Here we have a guy who's standing in front of his home. He's protecting it. It's in the middle of the night, and there's 6 wands ahead of him, and he is protecting his ideas, protecting his creativity, protecting his home, protecting, and those things that he's nurtured before, those ideas that he's nurtured before. He has to protect them. He has to balance his logic and his emotion to know that he's got to stand up for some stuff, every once in a while. That perseverance is standing up for your ideals, and having those clear boundaries to make sure that people know, hey, this is my home. You can't just come and destroy stuff in the middle of the night if you want to. You can't just come and destroy everything that I've nurtured and worked for. You can't destroy my balance. You can't destroy my boundaries. And so the guidance for you in this reading, the Citrine reading, is to make sure that you are keeping clear boundaries and that you're planning ahead. Getting ambushed in the middle of the night isn't very fun, and you're not very prepared when that happens. Obviously, nobody expects to be ambushed in the middle of the night. But what the guidance for you, I feel like, is saying that to prepare for people to knock down your ideas that you're nurturing, to prepare for people to not be okay with you feeling balanced and you feeling like you've balanced your logic and emotion, to prepare for people who are not okay with you being calm and nurturing and receiving. You have to be prepared. You have to plan ahead. And that doesn't mean that you have to be paranoid. It just means that you have to look out for the worst case scenario every once in a while. And that way you can, when you come across it, you can face it standing firm in your beliefs, standing firm in on your ground, making sure that you know what you're protecting and what you stand for, and protecting your ideals, and just letting everybody know that, hey, I'm not going to back down from this thing because I really, really believe in it. I've nurtured it, and I've thought about it, and I've processed it in a logical and emotional way. So that is your reading for Citrine, the Citrine reading. The second reading I have for you is Amethyst. Amethyst is a beautiful, beautiful purple stone. It's really great for spiritual awareness, inner peace, and positive transformation. So, again, we're doing a current energy, a focus, and a guidance. So the current energy for you is the Magician. The Magician uses resource. He's mastery. He uses all of his tools, and he turns things into magic. It looks like it's magic, but this guy has been mastering his craft for a long time. He has been, taking these tools and working with them and using them in a way, and he's had focus on these tools. He has the cups, he has the wands, he has the pentacles, he's got the sword. So he's got, all of the elements that you need so that you can turn things into the things that you want them to be. So that you can turn your dreams into physical, materialized things. It's really about creating. It's really about using all of your resources. It's about using all your talents and your capabilities, and about working towards something and keeping your focus on that one thing so that you can manifest and materialize those things that you really want into your life. And, if you have a question about, where is this going? I'm practicing for this thing and I keep practicing and I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere with this. The Magician is here to say you do have all the resources within you, and you do have the mastery inside of you to be able to take inspired action and use the resources to your power and your advantage. And the focus for this reading is the Star. The Star comes to us with a message of hope and healing and purpose and renewal and spirituality. It comes to us letting us know that you do have purpose, letting you know that even though you've been through some really tough shit, that you have a rediscovered purpose, a rediscovered awareness. You're entering this peaceful phase of personal development. There's this light at her forehead right there, illuminating her third eye, really illuminating her spirituality, magic and hope. Again, magic. There's magic in this reading that, you have everything inside of you with the Magician. It's saying that you've mastered those things that you needed to master, and there's hope and there's purpose to why you're here. Sometimes we can get lost and we can feel like there is no hope, there is no purpose, but the star comes to you with a rediscovering of who you are, renewing your purpose, renewing your insight, really helping you rediscover your sense of energy and your purpose and your inner being, really helping you rediscover your inner being, really helping you hone in on your spirituality and that connection with self, the connection with source, the connection with your inner divinity. And the guidance for you is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands symbolizes inspiration and ideas and discovery and free spirit. I mean, this guy comes to you with a message of new ideas, a new level of consciousness, a limitless potential. So if you're trying to figure out why you're mastering a certain thing, if you've got that new hope and renewal and you're using the Page of Wands message of inspiration, you can't go wrong. This reading is definitely helping you realize your spiritual awareness, your inner peace, and your positive transformation. It's really allowing you to use those energies to help move forward. And so that's what's coming to you this month. And now for our Selenite reading. Selenite is a crystal that's known for its purification properties. It's known to help with judgment and insight and helps you see the deeper picture. It also can force honesty within yourself and in others. That's one of the reasons that it's used for purification. It's a beautiful crystal, and I love that I have this in the heart shape here. And, it's an amazing crystal. So let's see what the month of August has in store if you chose the Selenite reading. So current energy, focus, and guidance. So current energy for you is the reverse tower. So when the tower is upright, it usually means that something's happened outside of you to shift your foundation. The fact that it's reversed really feels like this is something that has been instigated internally. You might be going through an existential crisis right now. You might have instigated this change, this transformation. This is a card of personal transformation. It's a card about internal revolution. The foundation has been shaking. You're shaking your foundation up. You have gone through a lot of stuff. I'm really feeling so powerful with this card right now because I feel like there's so many things that have gone on that you are done with, or you want to be done with, or you're feeling like these are ideas that you've held for a long time that you're questioning. I feel like there's a lot of questions about a lot of stuff that's happened in the past, and you're really questioning all of these foundations. You're instigating this change for this personal transformation. You are feeling like there is an upheaval, and like I said, an existential change, an existential crisis of sorts that you might be having right now. You might be feeling like there's so much stuff going on that the world around you is falling apart. But you've instigated this personal transformation. You have wanted to make these steps for a long time. You've known that these things don't work for you anymore, and you're feeling like you want to move forward. There could also be a resistance, resisting the change, resisting the fact that these things don't fit in your life anymore. You know it, and you've been resisting it. And because you're resisting it, you're also questioning the validity of your questioning, if that makes sense. You're questioning if you should even question these things. I feel like there's a lot of questions going on with this card. If you chose this reading, your current energy is saying, what is the point? What is the point of anything? What is the point of me being here? What is the point? And I'm getting really emotional because I remember when I felt this way. You don't understand what the point of you being here right now is, and you don't understand what the point of all of these things that are happening outside of you, and you feel like a lot of things are out of your control. But you also feel like there is a question of a bigger thing. And that bigger thing, you're staring and you're standing out in the void and you're saying, what is the fucking point? And so you've instigated this change and you said, these things don't work for me anymore, but I don't want to let them go. And so that's where your current energy is with this reading. And the focus for you is the devil. The devil isn't about Satan. It's about personal enslavement. It's about blinding yourself, keeping the blinders on to those things that really don't serve you anymore. Again, those things that really don't serve you anymore, that really shake your foundation, that are shaky foundation. It's about seeking pleasure, seeking short-term pleasure over the long-term benefits of something that maybe doesn't feel so good while you're doing it. It's about drugs and alcohol, addiction to people, addiction to pleasure, addiction to working, addiction to control, trying to control things so much that you're blind to what they're doing to everybody around you, blind to what they're doing to you, blind to what they're doing to your situation, blind to all those things that are falling apart, like here in the tower. It's about codependency. It's about going back to that love that you know is not good for you. That's where your current focus is at. It's about being blinded, about testing yourself through the fire. So the guidance for this reading is the Five of Pentacles. And here we have a family who's standing out in the cold. You feel like you've been forgotten. You may feel like you've been forgotten. You may feel like there's no point to anything. You may feel isolated. You may be worried about money. You may be worried about what's going to happen. You may feel like there's no point to anything. And you may feel like you have been left out in the cold. But the guidance for you is saying, look within. There is a light that's available for you. Look within. Redirect your attention towards the future. Redirect your attention towards the light. You know, there's no source of darkness. It's only an absence of the light. And when you don't look within, you are going to find these things that really bring you short-term pleasure. You are going to find these things that really knock your foundation from the root. Meditating, self-awareness can be really, really tough, especially if you have done these things and felt like you have tested the fires. You felt like everything around you is crumbling. Going within may be the last thing you want to do, but that's the guidance for you, is telling you to go within. Find the light. I don't know if these readings resonated with you or brought more questions, and I hope they did resonate with you, and I hope they did bring some good questions about. Till next time, bye.